Of course, with the closing details from the Nigerian Exchange, and joining me live in the studios to do some analysis of today's trading activities at the NGX is the markets editor of TVC News, Effiong Ekop. Well, Effiong, good to see you as always. Just when we thought the markets would perhaps sustain the positivity,
no,
we are down.
Market has not been able to sustain
what we saw on Monday, on Tuesday rather, and of course on Friday, we're down at 0.06%.
Exactly. We've seen that investors quickly, ran in, to still cash it and then take a little margin that they can, make out of those rallies. The one of Friday was really significant, and they're moving again. So you see the pressure that we are talking about, that this time around, this particular month of October, the market is not going to have a robust trading as we used to know. That's the thing. Look at it. We are doing 151 million units of shares, value just a little above 3 billion naira. And you have big companies, drawing and then leaving the market with baskets of losses. Think of Global Spectrum Petroleum, think of Access Corporation, UBA, First Bank Group. The list is almost endless. And the majority of them are the banks. And the banks, they have liquidity. So we are in here to see that investors are not having the best of times. They are very, very careful in parting with funds. And so only those who want to build portfolio for the future can say that it is the best of time, because the securities in the markets are quite very cheap. And so with little amounts, they have very huge volumes. And the question is, how many of the people have investable funds, which inflation has really eaten deep into? So that's the issue. But we have to face the market, the reality of it, because the stock market measures and mirrors what is happening in the entire economic spectrum.
I mean, and speaking about that entire economic spectrum, the elections, the general elections,
it's serious, and it's having great impact on investment.
I mean, the campaigns as well. It's been almost 2 weeks since we officially begun the campaigns. I'm wondering just how much impact.
You know that the politicians, they will not care so much about economics or investments for now. So even where they are not supposed to,
but they're promising Nigerians to improve the economy.
No. The promise is to be able to get into office now. So they will promise so that they'll be able to garner the funds and then take in. But we are talking of economic planning for future. That's not the immediate. The politicians campaigning are outside the government now, you understand? So they want to get it. So it is not of their interest now to talk about how to really grow it, but how they get into offices. And so this is taking attention to the investors and fund managers. They have to watch carefully so that the actions of the politicians and the policy shifts will not in a way come back, to make them burn their fingers. That's why we are having this lean trade here and there. And people need to be very, very careful. Except you want to build your portfolio for future, then this is the time. The stocks are there and very, very cheap. So you can make a kill of it. But you've got to wait till when the market fully recovers, and then you make your money.
And when would that be?
I think by the time the political situation is settled. Right. So any moments around February, March, when you will know who is in charge in the new system, the market will respond favorably.
Right. Well, that's a good place to leave it. Markets editor Effiong Ekop, as always, thanks for your analysis.
It's a pleasure.